Hello, and welcome to LSET Tech Byte. Today we're going to show you how to create a simple barcode generator using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. We'll walk you through the HTML structure step by step. Let's get started. We start our HTML document with the doc type HTML declaration to define the document type and version. Then, we have the opening HTML tag with the language attribute set to English using lang English. In the head section, we include a meta tag to set the viewport properties for responsive design, ensuring our page displays correctly on different devices. We also set the title of our page to barcode generator using the title tag. Now let's move on to the body section, where we structure the content of our page. First, we create a div with the class container to wrap all our content. Inside this container, we add an h1 heading with the text barcode generator to serve as our page title. Next, we add an input field with the type attribute set to text and an ID of input. This input field will be where users enter the text they want to convert into a barcode. We then add a button with the IDBTN barcode generator and the text generate barcode. This button will trigger the barcode generation process when clicked. Another button is added with the IDBTN download and the text download barcode. This button will allow users to download the generated barcode as an image file. Below the buttons, we add a div element to hold our barcode. Inside this div, we include an SVG element with the ID barcode. This SVG element will display the generated barcode. At the end of the body section, we include two external JavaScript files. The first script tag loads the JS barcode library from a CD, and JS barcode is a JavaScript library that helps in generating barcodes. The src attribute points to the URL of the JS barcode library. Finally, we include our custom JavaScript file by adding another script tag with the src attribute pointing to script.js. This file will contain the code to handle the barcode generation and download functionality. To link our CSS file for styling, we use the link tag with the real attribute set to stylesheet and the href attribute pointing to style.css. Now let's move on to the CSS part to design our barcode generator. Let's go through the styling line by line. First, we start by resetting the padding and margin for all elements using the universal selector. We also set the box sizing property to border box and choose a common font family, Arial, Helvetica, Sans Serif, for our entire document. For the body element, we set the background color to a dark shade, which will give our page a sleek and modern look. Next, we style the container div. We set its width to 440 pixel and give it a white background color with. We add 40 pixels of padding inside the container and round the corners with a border radius of 10 pixel. To center the container on the page, we use a margin of 200 pixels auto. We also use Flexbox to arrange the contents of the container in a column and add a 10 pixel gap between the elements. For the H1 heading inside the container, we set the font size to 30 pixel and add a bottom margin of 15 pixels to create some space below it. Now let's style the input element. We set its width to 100% to make it fill the container's width. We add a 1 pixel solid black border and give it padding of 20 pixels on the top and bottom and 25 pixels on the left and right. The border radius is set to 10 pixels for rounded corners, and the font size is increased to 18 pixel for better readability. For the button elements, we set the background color to match our dark theme, and the text color to white. We remove the default border and set the width to 100%. We also add padding of 15 pixels on the top and bottom and 25 pixels on the sides, along with a border radius of 10 pixels for rounded corners. The font size is set to 18 pixels and we add a pointer cursor to indicate that the buttons are clickable. We give special styling to the download button to make it stand out. The background is set to transparent with a 2 pixel solid black border and black text color. We also add a transition effect for smooth changes. When the button is hovered over, the background color changes to black, the text color to white, and the border becomes transparent, creating a neat hover effect. Finally, we style the div element that holds the barcode. We use Flexbox to center the contents both horizontally and vertically by setting Display Flex, Align Items, Center, and Justify Content Center. Now, let's move on to the JavaScript part to give functionality to our barcode generator. Let's go through the code line by line. We begin by selecting the necessary elements from our HTML. We use document.getElement by ID to select the input field, generate button, download button, and the SVG element where our barcode will be displayed. Next, we add an event listener to the generate button. When this button is clicked, it triggers a function that generates the barcode. Inside this function, we use the JS barcode library to create the barcode. We pass the barcode element the value from the input field and some options for the barcode format, display value, font size, and line color. Now we add an event listener to the download button. When this button is clicked, it triggers the download barcode function, which handles the downloading of the generated barcode. Let's take a closer look at the download barcode function. First, we create a new XML serializer instance to serialize the SVG element into a string. We then create a new blob from this string with the type set to image SVG XML character set UTF-8. We create a temporary anchor element and set its href attribute to the URL created from the blob. We also set the download attribute to barcode.svg to specify the file name. To trigger the download, we append the anchor element to the document body and programmatically click it. After the download is initiated, we remove the anchor element from the document body to clean up. And that's how we add functionality to our barcode generator using JavaScript. With this code, users can enter text, generate a barcode, and download it as an SVG file. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more tutorials.